Hi and welcome back to the countertop, and today we are doing duck ragu from Roberta's cookbook. Right, so duck ragu from Roberta's. Roberta's is a very well-known restaurant from New York. And you probably know them mostly because of their pizza, which is amazing. But if you go to the restaurant, they have more than just the pizzas. They have amazing dishes. And one of my favorite dishes from this cookbook, believe it or not, I have this cookbook for a while, is the pappardelle duck ragu. So today we're not doing the pasta, we're just doing the ragu. This recipe, here in the book you have the recipe for both. But we are just doing the duck ragu. It's an amazing and simple somehow. It has a very nice touch of chocolate in the end, which is incredibly good and change everything. I'm also doing a little bit of change here, considering that I did this recipe many times. So instead of letting these simmer for 2 hours, I'm using a pressure cooker to do that. Okay, let's go to the ingredients. Cool, so now I have here all the ingredients that we need for this recipe, and you can see it's fairly simple. So it's 1 can of San Marzano whole tomatoes, 35 grams of chocolate, dark chocolate, 2 medium carrots, 1 medium onion, 3 celery ribs, 1.5 cup of dry white wine, 4 duck legs, and here all my marinade, which is already ready. So 4 garlic cloves, 4 sprigs of thyme, and 68 grams of kosher salt. The first thing that we did is the marinade. So this duck is being marinating for 12 hours. So what I did is I put a base of the salt, half of the garlics, half of the thyme, all the duck legs, all the rest of the garlic, all the rest of the thyme, the salt, I cover and let in the fridge for between 8 to 12 hours. Cool, so now let's start doing. Cool, so now I have just my duck here, and now with the duck what we're going to do is first we're gonna rinse them, remove all the salt, garlic and thyme, pat them dry, and start putting these in my pressure cooker or on your Dutch oven, whatever you prefer, in batches 2 of 2, just to brown them from outside. So we're gonna do these first 2, then the other 2, and then remove these to continue the ragu. Now that we brown our duck legs, we're gonna remove all the duck fat from the pan and just leave 2 tablespoons of that, and we're gonna continue. And now we're gonna put the carrots, the celery, and the onions here. And we're going to saute these for 5 minutes until they get more soft to continue. After 5 minutes of sauteing the onions, the carrots, and the celery, we're gonna add the wine. And the can of tomatoes. And now with a wooden spoon you mix everything and you break these tomatoes. And now this is the difference between doing just in a regular Dutch oven or in a pressure cooker. Because of the pressure cooker tends to dry more the things. I recommend to use half of one of these carafes of passatas just to make a little bit more moisty. And you add half of that, and then you return your duck legs. And since we are doing this with the pressure cooker, we're going to cover with our lid, let these on high until you start hearing the pressure from the cooker, and from then lower the heat to medium low and count 20 minutes. Okay, in both of the cases you should make sure, like, after this time the meat from the duck legs will start tearing apart and becoming the ragu. If not, you just cook it for a little more. So after 20 or 25 minutes in the pressure cooker, you see how the duck legs became. So it's pretty much all the meat is already became some kind of ragu. But still, if you don't see something like that, you feel free to, like, just put in here, and you can get a fork, or not even a fork, you can just do that. Now to finalize these, you just put your chocolate. Here's the tagliatelle with the duck ragu and some cheese. So let's taste it. It's really good. Again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And see you next time. Bye.